Leadership challenges in 2026 aren't a mystery. We have data, we have information in order to support us, but most organizations are still trying to solve these problems with outdated leadership skills. With our work, we've been able to identify 5 key competencies that are very relevant to today's workplace and to this timeline that are going to help organizations stand out and be successful. I'm just going to list those here. Strategic agility. Research is clear that organizations operating in constant complexity, we need leaders who can think beyond execution. Emotional intelligence under pressure. Decades of research show that EQ is a predictor of leadership effectiveness, but we're in a place now where leaders are burnt out, skeptical, hyper-aware, growing fast. This is a time where that emotional intelligence needs to show up in times of high pressure. How about cultural engineering for sustainable high performance? It's focusing on culture. It isn't an engagement initiative. It's a leadership system, and it's focusing on what do we need to do to establish a culture of high performance rather than work on employee engagement or employee motivation as a target. That's a symptom and that's a result, but really focusing on the culture. And then communication precision and influence. Misalignment is one of the biggest drains on performance, and we are not having the correct conversations. We are not having the lean in and talk about these things that we need to be having. And then the last one is in line with that, conflict competence. How are we welcoming broadening perspectives? How are we welcoming dissension and expertise that differs from our own and having the real rational conversations even when uncomfortable? How do we handle those differences with competence and get to a win for the larger organization? These competencies, they're not theoretical, they are essential. They're supported by research, they're supported by what I'm seeing in the field, working with over 1,000 people over the last year. This is the work I do with leaders and organizations, not just to perform better quarter by quarter, but to lead well into the future.